1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey everybody, Max here. We're playing Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. Because if you watch my channel update, I said I was stupid excited about this game coming out. And ta-da! Right now what we're playing as, and I tried to do an intro on this video before, but the audio didn't sync. It was weird. My technical issues aside. Right now we're playing as a free officer. We're playing edit officers, and I actually ended up grabbing 2 of my edit officers as allies. So we formed what's called a vagabond unit, which is essentially where a bunch of free officers who aren't pledged to a kingdom get together and form their own little cohesive unit they can go and do things in. So we get the added benefit of having, I think, a monthly income and things like that, but we still don't have any sort of land to our own. The point, you form a large vagabond unit and eventually you take over an area if you want to. What we'll probably actually end up doing is serving, because serving, we can eventually backstab somebody. Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires works similar in some ways to a lot of the other Empires games, but then it's very different in terms of the stuff that you can do is a lot more in-depth. So we can start here in the personnel menu. You have serve, which is basically where you pick a kingdom, usually the one that you're in or one you're connected to, and you agree to serve that particular ruler. Recruit is exactly what that says. You can basically recruit other officers. If you're a vagabond unit, it recruits them to your vagabond unit. If you're not one, it forms one. And if you're working with a kingdom, it forms in that kingdom. Dismiss, you get rid of them. Interact is so you can raise your friendship level with them. And then Banquet raises it with all of your officers. And Great Banquet, I think, raises it more. I haven't really seen much of a difference, but I haven't gotten too much into that. The military ones are very easy. Just it says draft, you basically recruit troops. You can find the icon in the top right corner. I can't show you because I don't have a cursor, obviously. In the top right corner, it shows you how many troops you have, which is basically how many troops you can devote to a battle. Targeted training is going to basically, you level an officer. Group training levels all of your officers. Or actually, I think it's just multiple officers. Yeah, no, it's all of your officers, sorry. Targeted healing means if your officers fighting too many battles, they get exhausted, they get tired. Targeted healing picks one of them, and then group healing, I think, picks many of them. Let's see. Yeah, their stats go down the more they fight, but as you can see right now, none of our officers are sort of like suffering from that at the moment, so... Politics is basically where you can raise money and materials, because you need money and materials to do things. Raise money, basically, because you just get 500 gold. It takes up a whole month. Sell materials. If you get enough materials, you can actually, and you're not using them for anything, you can sell them to get gold, because gold you need to buy items and weapons. Acquire materials, you get materials. Plunder and pillage is essentially where you take from the current area that you're in, but it drives down your virtue. You see the little, like, demented smiley face we have at the top? That's because we're apparently kind of evil right now. We did a few too many assassination missions, and now everybody's like, oh, that person's creepy. And a lot, schemes, there's a couple different things under schemes. Right now it's alliance, because I don't have a kingdom. So right now it's alliance, and what that does is it lets me form an alliance with other people nearby. You send, like, somebody out to negotiate, they have, like, a percentage, of success, and they use that. You can actually form sort of a peace treaty with other kingdoms. The other thing that appears under alliance is called alienate. You can actually use that to get other officers kicked out of kingdoms. Like, you can say you click alienate and you choose a kingdom and you pick an officer of that kingdom, and if your alienate succeeds, the king of that, the emperor, will actually, like, boot that person from that kingdom, be like, I don't want you working here anymore, you're suspicious. Battle is, obviously, all these things are pretty self-explanatory. Battle raid is where you attack an area so you can weaken it, so it'll be easier to invade later. Join battle, if there's a battle going on, you can join it, either a defend or invade battle, just depending. There's not one going on in our area, because you can see we're in the flashing yellow spot. Quest is, quest we'll show in a minute, And raise banner is where you essentially say, because I'm a vagabond unit, I'm not an actual kingdom. I essentially say, I'm going to be a kingdom now, and I take over the area that I'm in. We're actually going to move real quick down to one of these. One of these has one of my edit officers in it, and I'm trying to recruit them, but they currently work for... Yeah, Illyria right there. They currently work for another kingdom, so... I'm gonna move a bit. Yeah, and right now we're doing, the mode that we're doing in Empires mode is called, like an Age of Heroes or something. It's essentially just your generic, you start off with, like, X amount of kingdoms, and then those kingdoms... You can either help those kingdoms fight other kingdoms, you can do as I'm doing, and you can be a vagabond unit, and you can run around and just sort of build up your materials and then suddenly kick somebody in the dick. Let's see. Let's go over to Quest. We'll show you what Quest is. Quest is essentially just missions that you get hired to do. Depending on what they are, depends on what they'll, like if they'll raise or lower your virtue, what kind of things you'll get for them. I think right now, because our virtue's kind of low, we're getting a lot of the assassination missions, like raid and assassinate and stuff like that. But you can see here, basically it's different people who hire you to do different things, and you actually will, it actually raises your, I think, friendship with that person if you succeed on that mission. Assassinate the ruler, you essentially have to, yeah, let's just fucking do it. With Assassinate the Ruler, and this one's going to be a little difficult, so difficulty 6, you basically have to sneak past these torch bearers or whatever. You have to sneak past them to get to where you need to go. Your battlefield info, you can see where everybody's at. See, torch troops, you have to sneak past them, like they can't see you, because if they see you, they alert everybody, and then a bunch of people show up, and you have to defeat, it's bad. Stratagems are things that you can use in battles to give you boosts, like attack boosts, stuff like that. Officer info system. Those are obviously self-explanatory. I've never seen this cutscene before. Okay. Let's see if we can get over here and up the stairs before this guy sees us. And they have a pretty wide range on them. Like you can go pretty far around them for them to not see you. I think that guy runs all the way over there. That really should not have worked, but it did. That guy's gonna run. This is gonna be interesting, seeing exactly how we're gonna get past all these guys. We may have to wait for that guy to circle back around. See? This is one of the things that's neat about Dynasty Warriors, is it's not always beating the shit out of people. And we'll do a battle in a bit to showcase this particular officer's moveset. We're passing. We'll actually probably do an edit officer showcase here in a bit, just to sort of see what we're on about. Shit. I hope that guy stops there. Okay. Woohoo! Let's rip past him. There we go. Oh, they added you in Extreme Legends. Shit. Yeah! Sorry, I'm just The exclamation mark above his head, weapons have different affinities. It's basically like a game of rock, paper, scissors. Weapons have different affinities, and certain affinities are stronger than other affinities. And if they have the blue thing over their head, that means your weapon is strong against them, against the weapon they're using. If they have the exclamation mark, it means that you're using a weapon that's weak against the one that they're using, so they can basically break your guard easier, and you don't knock them back and stuff like that. It's not that complicated. Like I said, it's just a very special game of rock, paper, scissors. Ooh. I've apparently become quite the renowned assassin.